I never thought that I would be a business owner or an artist. Growing up, I was always the shy one, the quiet one, the average one. But now I've been a self-employed artist since 2020. For almost 3 years now, I've been running my small business, selling my handmade polymer clay art, stickers, and prints, and it's my main source of income. Just from using my phone and the power of social media, I can say that I'm successfully making a living as a creative. I went from someone who is never truly heard or seen in social situations to someone who is still very anxious, but I found a way to speak my truth. Despite my anxiety, I found a way to talk to people through my art. I wanted to make this video for anyone who is thinking about being an artist, starting a business, or just wanting to pursue a creative career in general. It's 2023, and I think it's about time we get rid of the starving artist archetype. There's so many ways to make a stable living as a creative, whether that be working for a company or working for yourself. The world has changed so much that there's no reason for you not to do what you love for a living. And yet, I still encounter so many people online and in person who don't believe that it's possible for them. And before you rule out the possibility, watch this video. This is a little pep talk from a fellow uncomfy soul to another. But before we proceed, here's a word from our sponsor. Thank you HelloFresh for supporting my channel again. You guys know how much I hate grocery shopping, especially in the summer when all I want to do with my free time is go outside with my friends and my loved ones. And with HelloFresh, I spend way less time meal planning and prepping. Their pre-portioned ingredients makes it easy to get cooking fast, and I love that. I love how it clears so much space in my head. I work from home, I work long hours, so on days when I've been working all day and I'm super tired, I know I have something delicious, healthy, and easy to cook just waiting for me in the fridge. HelloFresh delivers mouth-watering, chef-crafted recipes and ingredients to your door so you can spend your summer doing whatever you want. And no matter your lifestyle, whether pescatarian, vegetarian, you'll always find delicious recipes for you on the HelloFresh menu. You can even swap proteins and sides to make a recipe just how you like it. So go to HelloFresh.com and use code UncomfyCo16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. Again, that's HelloFresh.com. Use code UncomfyCo16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. When I was in high school, I had almost no passions at all. I got okay grades, a mix of A's, B's, and C's, but I didn't excel at anything. By junior year, I quit all of my extracurriculars. I didn't have a clear goal of who or what I wanted to be. I felt alone, and I was dealing with family issues and trauma throughout my adolescence without any access to therapy. Between the 2008 recession and my parents' multiple failing businesses, financial stress had become part of my identity. I knew I wanted stability, but after working plenty of part-time jobs throughout high school, I think I knew deep down that I couldn't be happy just working a regular job, even though I desperately wanted to create a better situation for my family. I was constantly tired, yet restless at the same time, so I would stay up all night doing nothing, and then be so tired and unmotivated the next day that I would ditch classes to sleep in my friends' cars. Sometimes I wouldn't even go to school at all. I wasn't trying to take my education for granted, because believe me, my parents are immigrants, but I truly thought, what's the point of it all? Somewhere along the way, I started watching YouTube videos again avidly. I watched art school vlogs, paint with me's, and studio vlogs, and slowly but surely, my passion for art sputtered to life, like the tiniest ember of a fire that refused to completely burn out. Because really, I have always been an artist. From a young age, I was always seeking to create something, whether it was drawing, sculpting, making my own stuffed animals. In my final year of high school, I let myself lean back into my passions. After feeling empty for so long, art made me feel warm again. I spent my free time, and because I ditched school, I had a lot of it, painting on any surface I could find. I couldn't afford canvas, so I opted for the jagged walls of my neighborhood and pieces of scrap wood that we had lying around the house from old projects. I would sing with my ukulele and make tiny film projects and edit them on my parents' old laptop. I consumed more and more art-related content on the internet. And because of YouTube videos, much like this one, about artists running small businesses, graphic designers working at large firms, illustrators making amazing book covers, I realized that I can do it too. I can have a creative career and have stability and flexibility to take care of my family all at once. So I started my official art journey and enrolled in my nearest public university as a graphic design student. And I got really into it. I loved learning the history of colors and typefaces and fonts, the social implications of graphic design, and its commercial uses to send a message and make sales. They taught us all the different Adobe programs like Illustrator and Premiere Pro, which is what I use to edit my videos to this day. But ultimately, I was learning how to tell a story that anyone can understand. But by the second semester of my freshman year, we had to make the switch to completely remote classes, online school for the rest of the year. As I'm sure you all know, the pandemic had officially begun. Once again, I found myself with so much free time, and I remember watching someone on TikTok making polymer clay charms and polymer clay pop sockets, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. So I made my art Instagram, Uncomfy Studio. I made an Etsy account the same day, and the rest is history. You can watch this video to see my full social media evolution here, but yeah. I quit my on-campus design job a year later in 2021 to work on my business full-time while completing my degree, and now I've graduated college, and here we are. If there's one thing that I learned from design school is that you need to get over your fear of failure. And I know, like, Tammy, how do you do that? Failure is scary, failure is embarrassing, but truly to succeed long term, you need to detach yourself from the numbers, detach yourself from both the judgment and praise of others, and simply enjoy the process of creating, because there's absolutely nothing embarrassing about trying, nothing embarrassing about being creative, because that is the most human thing there is, to create. I've never been religious, but as I get older, I find myself leaning into spirituality a lot more, and I can't help but feel like I was always meant to be an artist. Like, this is what I was put on this earth to do. And call it delusion, but this delusion is the only thing that comforts me when I'm at my lowest. Even when I'm super stressed, even if things get really hard, I'm doing what is meant for me. I think as artists, many of us have a proclivity to feel alone, to be in our heads a lot, and to feel like the world isn't made for us. But if anything, there is a larger, more accessible art community than there ever has been before. I know times are scary right now, things are changing, the world feels like it's ending sometimes, and AI is becoming more and more prevalent. But I think in a world full of robots and fire and destruction, people will seek out people. Human touch and human connection will be more valuable than ever, and that is what art is all about. It's time to be an artist.